Before we get into this recording or episode too much, I do want to ask you guys for a little favor if you don't mind. Could you let me know how audio sounds today? Because for some reason, all my audio settings reset, and I don't really know what I had them at before. So I'm gonna have to refigure this all out. I've gone on what sounds okay in my ears, but I also don't trust myself at all, so might need some help on that. Anyways, hello everyone, my name is Caden, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. Last time, a lot happened. With regards to the committee, suddenly a bunch of people are dead. Oh boy. But this time we're actually starting off with Juna, it seems, so.
A lone dragonfly flies across the pale orange sky. I stare mindlessly as the sky fades into the deep color of the sunset. I want to cry, I consciously think to myself. Back when I first visited the club, Yashio-kun recommended for me to try lying sprawled out on the runway, but I didn't really have the chance until now. Summer vacation has ended, and here I am, alone at the airport. Something like this hasn't happened since I first joined the Robotics Club. Feels almost like I have the entire airport to myself. And so the first thing I did was lie down on the runway, stretch myself out, and gaze up toward the sky. Once again, I tell myself things like, I want to cry, and this is where I'll cry. Those heart-rending feelings, the kind that are supposed to make your chest tighten up, never come to the surface. No loneliness, no happiness, not a single emotion. My mind is completely blank. Whenever I look at scenery like this, I don't get emotional. I don't feel any deep-seated emotions bubbling to the surface. I don't feel anything at all. Perhaps all these feelings were missing because ever since I was little, I've been doing nothing but cry. It's the same even now. It's not like my emotions usually disappear like this. After all, I've been crying almost non-stop since I joined the Robotics Club. Things like it's too scary, or I can't do it, or it's too embarrassing. It's been hard. A sigh escapes my lips. Every member of the Robotics Club is hard to deal with in their own way, but I don't dislike them. Still. A gust of wind nearly flips up my skirt, so I force myself to sluggishly get up. My eyes wander. From the runway, the apron where the Robotics Club hangar is located appears a bit higher than usual.
Is this actually the first time we're actually seeing things from Juna's perspective? I think it is.
I can still see it, just barely. Right next to the hangar, still sprawled out on the ground and covered with a sheet, is a super huge Model 1 Kun. The disappointment of a robot that was retired after he failed to produce results. He reminds me of myself. I think back on when our sponsor's president made me pilot of Model 1 Kun. I cried and refused and cried some more, and in the end, I did pilot him. The reason I said no was because I was scared. It was because of the fear of a robot much bigger than me.
You idiot! What the hell are you thinking? What have you done? What have you...
Fear. Unlike Akio, I can't love robots, but I end up staying in the Robotics Club anyway. No, it's not that I can't love them. It's that I can't get over my fear, even after I spent all of summer break trying to. I still think that robots are terrifying. I joined the Robotics Club as a casual replacement for Karai. The Robotics Club, they can't replace Karai for me. Karai kept me going because no matter how weak I was, I still loved doing it. The Robotics Club. Is it okay for me to pee her?
It's September, and the new school semester is in full swing. The days of the Robotics Club focusing solely on robots are over. Let's check this stuff. Summary of the leaked final episode of Gamvarl, episode 156. Is the last episode the one that got cancelled? It actually exists. Hey, does everyone die in the end? Disgusted. The leaked video was not complete, but I got from just that. All the parties involved need to apologize. The main staff are not involved in other projects after Gamvarl, wonder why. The Grand Obelisk shoots the sun, and then the power of the sun goes berserk and destroys Earth. Isn't it kind of close to our situation? It feels like they were talking about the solar storm. Yeah, I just watched the last episode, slowed down, and for a second there, there's a weird video mixed in. I'll upload to the upload the captures to take a look. It's at 41 seconds. Pulled out some of the subliminal messages, but most of it was incomprehensible. Confirmed 107 of Shibuya. Also Fukuzawa Yukichi. Alright, that's another new name. It matters as if the video always had subliminal messages from the start or someone added it in before uploading. Looking at the video more and more, it feels just like a wasted effort. All I feel is nothingness. 19 confirmed subliminal messages. Can't tell because the video is rough, but I'm pretty sure it's 19. What the footage shows is super confusing. Shibuya's 107 building, a space shuttle, a black and white photo from World War II, the face of Fukuzawa Yukichi, etc. All of them were something like that. Feels like there was a meaning, but you kind of have to force a meaning to be there. Isn't that what a conspiracy theory is? We shouldn't flip the story to a conspiracy theory. The final episode was uploaded by someone and confusing subliminal messages were snuck in there. That itself should be treated as the case. Is there anyone that reported it? Because we are too chicken to. What do the subliminal messages mean? What is the meaning behind putting subliminal messages to an unfinished final episode of an anime? Whoever puts them in must have wanted to plant something in us through watching the video. An old man that is feeling nostalgic about the old times is telling us kids who don't know how good it used to be to study it. They're trying to lead you to be a corporate slave, basically saying get a job. Don't make me explain it, it's embarrassing. Subliminal messages are used to advertise the product subconsciously by slipping in an image of the product, right? All the inserted images were all useless. Maybe it means that Gonvaro fans should love Yukichi-san. It's a mystery why there are 19 of them. It would be nice if there was a pattern, but it looks totally random. I wonder who first uploaded it. They're the ones to ask about the subliminal messages. They leaked the final episode of Gonvaro, that's for sure. Now the issue is when the subliminal messages got inserted. Were they inserted in 2015 when the final episode was being made, or were they inserted in 2019 right before it got uploaded online? That's a good question. The only thing we know currently about these subliminal messagings, I don't even know if they're going to be important, but there's Shibuya 107 building. Evidently, think back to how a lot happened during Chaos at Noah, and I guess they like, you know, the Shibuya earthquake. A space shuttle, everything, we got a lot of space stuff going on in this game, so that's got relation. A black and white photo from World War II. And then the face of Fukuzawa Yukichi. First of all, I don't know who this guy is, so we'll push him to the side. But the World War II photo confuses me. When I think of the World Wars when it comes to this game, the first thing that comes to mind is World War III. The event that happens when going to, I think it's the beta line, like the beta divergence line during Steins Gate. One of the two, shoot, why can I not think? One of the two realities that comes from, let me try rephrasing this. World War III was a possibility that could happen due to the events that happened in Steins Gate. Okay? There we go. But why World War II? I don't know. I got the August blues. Tokyo feels more humid than Tanegashima. The atmosphere here is a little tense. I really feel it after experiencing the mellowness of Tanegashima. Oh, and the sky is also pretty narrow. My counselor said attending college would be hard for me. I did terrible in that last test. When I go to one of the ones that don't need a test, lots of students at the dojo thinking about my first schooling. Maybe I should get a job instead of going to college. I don't know. Can't stay like this, can't be playing all the time. There's only half a year till graduation. I'm saddened about the riots still going on in America. I pray that it will end soon and that the Robo 1 World Championships will be held. I won't say robots can save the world, but we can pray to stop the fighting over robots. That is something I and everyone can do. Robo Club members, meet at Space Center tomorrow. I will show you something amazing. No, he told me not to use his name since he'd be exposed, so I'm gonna call him #1 sassy younger male Robotics Club member S-Kun von Tweeple from... What do you mean? Alright. And this all looks good. Alright, let's continue. Seems like Akio and Super are hashing out the finer details of Model 2's design. However, that leaves me, the operator, Juna the sub-operator / mocap leader, and Frau the programmer with nothing to do as per usual. People online are still theorizing about Gunvarl's final episode, but the commotion started to die down before it turned to a huge social phenomenon. Also, people are saying that based off the activity of the sun, a solar storm on the level of the Crash of 15 is coming very soon. They keep saying that, but it still hasn't come yet. Naturally, the effects of the solar storm that hit Western America are starting to be felt by other nations, but it hasn't gone nearly as bad as the Crash of 15. Aside from America getting bogged down by the riots, the other countries got away with only a few days of confusion. In the end, the stuff written in the Kimijima reports has been nothing but hyperbole and other BS. Looks like Kimijima Co. was nothing more than a conspiracy nutjob. The police appear to be investigating the death of the KB cheaters, but there's been no progress on that end. Because of that, despite all the unsolved mysteries scattered about, I can enjoy a few unexpected days of peace, quiet, and kill ballad. Or so I had hoped. For some reason, I find myself at the beach today.
Ready? I'm gonna light the fuse.
Yeah. I'm holding a gun pointed toward the ocean. It's an old matchlock gun in mint condition. The barrel's less than a mirror long. Supporting it on my left arm, I place my right index finger on the trigger. The Space Candy present places a lit rope between the fire tongs, kind of like a firing hammer, of the gun. The sound of the rope burning reaches my ears clearly.
You have to hold it closer, otherwise you'll get knocked down from the recoil.
Yeah, but... At this point, I'm holding the gun so close that it's practically glued to my cheek. If I hold it any closer, won't the sparks hit my face when the gun fires? I'm wearing some plastic safety goggles, but it's not enough to make me feel any less freaked out.
Come on, shoot already!
Fine, here's nothing. When I pull the trigger, the fire tongs strike against the flashpan and light the gunpowder. The bolt explodes out of the barrel with a thunderous roar. I can't withstand the recoil and end up falling on my ass. Ugh. The sharp smell of gunpowder stings my nostrils.
Well, how's that for impact? Well, your shooting is lousy. With those weak hips, you wouldn't hit a fish in a barrel.
This is definitely not for me. I give the gun back to the president immediately after.
But I'm impressed. Despite your age, you've taken an interest in matchlocks. How about shooting one while wearing a suit of armor at next year's gun festival?
I'll pass. It's not that I have an interest in matchlocks or anything. I'm only doing this because the stupid flag for Kimijima report number 4. Is there anything new here? No. Not that I see. I'm still paranoid about the sound, but not much I can do about it right now. One of the flags wanted me to fire a matchlock gun. I figured it'd be impossible, but then I heard the president here was a member of the gun festival promo committee. When I talked to him about it, he went out of his way to get permission from the police to let me shoot. Our beloved Space Candy president is truly something else. As for the gun, I never want to shoot it again for the rest of my life. Well... Ari-chan, are you there? After stepping away from the president and the promo committee members who brought the gun, I stealthily summoned Airi.
Hello. The weather tomorrow, September 15th for Tanegashima and Yakushima. We'll have a 40% chance of precipitation.
Forget the weather report.
Okay.
Check the Kimijima report flags. I set the matchlock gun one.
Yes, you did. Ari was watching you after all.
Maybe Airi's the one checking to see if I've set the flags. As I worked on each one, I began to suspect as much. I think the reason I get cut some slack at times is because Airi, this odd but amazing little AI, is calling the shots. In fact, there was this one flag. Upload photos of 4 different rocket launches from 4 suggested viewing points around Tanegashima to Iruo. Rather than taking the pictures myself, I uploaded some old photos somebody else took, and it still worked. Because of that, the flag went from impossible to easy. Okay, I was gonna say, like, what on earth is gonna happen in the story to make rockets happen? No, we just uploaded old photos. That worked. however lenient she was, whenever I asked Irie directly to fudge a few of the flags for me, she always told me no with a sad look on her face. I went to Frau to see if she could hack the Irie for me, babysit all the flags to change her programming or something, but she said it'd be too difficult. I guess I have to demonstrate at least a little bit of effort when trying to satisfy the flags. As long as I do that much, she doesn't sweat the details. Ever since I figured that out, things have gone a lot easier.
Checking flags. The Kimijima Report number 4 flags are as follows. Number 1, locate Kimijima Report number 3. Note from Sister Centipede. Flag number 1 has already been set. Number 2, upload of 4 different rocket launches from 4 suggested viewing points around Tanegashima to Iburo. Note from Sister Centipede. Flag number 2 has already been set. Number 3, Angry Gojira-kun, story at the robot clinic. Number 4, test fire geotag matchlet gun at least once. Note from Sister Centipede. Flag number 4 has already been set. That's all.
The third one's gonna be the problem. Because we can't get into the robot clinic anymore. Thanks to Akio. Alright, the matchlock flag is done. All that's left is to push the activation switch on Gojira-kun at the robot clinic. We're banned, aren't we? Well, Akio's banned. I've made no progress on this one. I've dropped by the clinic at least 3 separate times over the past couple weeks, but I get turned away every time thanks to Akio's ban. Damn it, Akio, why do you make things difficult? The TNSC has areas open to the public, but it also has restricted areas. Anything new? Alright, let's get going. Aren't those places usually private schools? Tuition will cause blah blah blah. No, it's Sunday and everyone wants to sleep in, but don't be late to the meetup. Bloodtoon, Rainet, Kagaru, Z Gunbam. Have you seen any of these anime? I've heard of Bloodtoon. I think. If I'm going to decide, the timing is now before I cause more trouble to everyone. Picture everyone's surprised faces.
Hello from Space Candy. The true Tanegashima High Robotics Research Club Convolve pilot is a square-type man. Young man, but lacks some impact.
What does square type mean? What does that mean? Ah, new flag. TNC first Osaki office. No trespassing. Alright. The large rocket launch site, in particular, has been off-limits to unauthorized personnel ever since the previous launch 4 years ago. The restricted area is sectioned off behind an imposing gate. There are security guards stationed nearby 24/7. If I tried to sneak in, I'd probably get arrested and sent straight to the cops. The microbus we're riding in stops right in front of the gate. That's why we're here this early on a Sunday. Akio's orders. She made us get on this Jackson microbus, and we rode it straight to the side of the H2 replica. Our driver is the chief of TNSC himself, who took his day off just to lend a hand. Talk about getting the VIP treatment. The gate greets us immediately as we get off the bus. We can make out about half of a mid-sized rocket launch pad up on the small hill right past the gate, one that was in use during the NASDA days. Just as I begin to wonder why we've been brought so close to a restricted area, Mr. Sinomiya parks the bus and guides us toward the white building to the left of the gate, heading in himself.
Everyone, over here!
Akio waves the 3 of us, Frau isn't here as usual, inside. I suppress a yawn for the nth time.
Have you been here before, Subaru?
Actually, I have. Did you know that the Space Center has visitor tours every day? They've been doing it for more than a decade now. I went to one back when I was a dyke. The place is actually part of the tour. I've even been inside it before. The first Osaki office. Despite being called an office, it was once used to build rockets. There's an actual piece of the previously used H2 rocket on display now. Or at least there's supposed to be. Even I know that. So, you've been on the tour before? Yes, I have. Do you have a problem with that? No, not at all. Man, you're high-strung as ever. Subaru hurries ahead of me. How about you, Jun-chan? You ever been here before?
Huh?
Juno shakes her head weakly.
I've never been all the way out here before.
She looks pretty down. Come to think of it, she doesn't seem like she's been having much fun at all recently. Jun-chan, are you?
Hey, you two, get in here already!
Akio loudly calls out to us from the entrance to the building. Oh jeez, Madam President is so impatient. I give Juna a light push in the back and we head inside together. The second I step into the office, I gasp. It's completely different from when I saw it on the field trip back when I was a kid. The rockets, the engines, and all the stuff I thought be on display here had disappeared without a trace. It's almost completely empty. There's so much space now. The ceiling is insanely high as well, and there's a giant crane hanging from the top. Whoa! Okay. Official name, let's build a life-size Gunvarl project model, prototype Model 2, production start date, blah blah blah. Okay, this thing's just here. This is sick. This thing looks sick. Whoa, what the heck? I can do 360s. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Why can I do 360s? Weep. Nope. Anyways. Anything new? No. It's a type of crane that can move back and forth along track. A ceiling crane, huh? That'll make assembling prototype Model 2 a lot easier.
Exactly.
Akio stands in front of the three of us and puffs out her chest in triumph.
That's exactly why I asked, Chief Sonomiya to let us at the place.
She didn't really need to correct herself. Huh, so we can borrow the entire building. I inquisitively turn to Mr. Sonomiya, who gives me a warm smile and nods.
It took a little while for us to get permission, though. And of course, you can't go and use everything. Tennoji-kun should be returning next month, so as long as you have authorized supervision, there shouldn't be any problems.
Alright, listen up. This is where we're gonna build Gunbuild 2. This time we get to work on him while he's in standing position. Isn't that awesome? I'm getting so fired up.
Akio's the only one excited. Even Mr. Sonomiya's smile is more like a grimace than anything.
Hey, what's with the slow energy? Come on, are you feeling it? Are you feeling the crazy impulse bubbling inside you? This huge burst of energy?
Well, it's not like Model 2 is done yet.
It's too early to get excited.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. Makes sense. I get what you're trying to say now.
Akio begins nodding her head in self-satisfaction for reasons I don't exactly understand.
You guys just can't envision Gunbuild 2 staying there, can you? Of course you can't. A robot's life begins once they stand on firm soil, be they Gundam or otherwise. But rest assured, I've already prepared some spot-on concept art.
Concept art?
Concept art.
If that person saw it, I have no doubt they would say, I see it. I can see the robot. Everyone, boot up Iburo.
What's she going on about all of a sudden?
Only then we see. Gunvarl.
She's saying that if I look through Iburo, I'll see Gunvarl.
Well,
Whoa, it's standing right in front of me. AR.
yep.
June appears through her Pokecom only to visibly flinch and step back. Even though she knows it's only AR, she seems to still be cowering at the gargantuan robot.
We reused Gunvarl's model from Kill Ballad. Your idea totally worked, Kai.
I suppose I did suggest something like that during our initial planning meeting for Model 2. By using AR, we can forego making it physically look like Gunvarl.
Even though she complained while working on it, Frau Bao came through for us. The mechanism is simple. All I did was apply a special AR marker to where Gunbuild 2 will be standing. This way, even if we're in the middle of construction, we can see the complete Gunvarl whenever we want. Once Gunbilla's 2 is complete, I plan to have AR markers that'll sync with limb movements, but this'll do for now. We'll have a good idea of how tall he'll be once he's finished too. Its dimensions reflect the life-size dimensions, so even though it's AR, it's set up to a height around 8 meters. If you're right under him, as long as you don't look up, you won't be able to see anything but his legs. Well, it has a heck of a presence, doesn't it?
I'm quite impressed. What a fascinating idea.
It does have some presence to it, but nothing else.
That's pretty harsh, Subaru-kun.
Right.
Likely because she didn't receive the praise she was looking for, Akio pouts.
You're always so stoic. Are you trying to act cool or something?
I'm not trying to act cool! Okay, then are you nervous?
Must be because we're so close to finishing the blueprints. Well, we solved most of the issues we put on hold for our first meeting. And on top of that, Tanuchi-san called to let us know that we should be getting us some extra funding.
Huh, really? It's not like Jackson to be so generous. I never felt like they expected that much from us. They must be overestimating us or something. I still want to believe that she pulled some strings and got one of the original Steins Gate gang to do something. Irritated at Akio's words, Subaru shakes his head from side to side.
6 months is not enough time to make a robot of that size. Even if we ignore that, we're still stuck in the design phase. We haven't even come up with a valid solution for the drive system, which has been an issue since the beginning.
An electrically controlled motor or hydraulic motor, right?
Hydraulic would be ideal, but it'd be ridiculously expensive, and the circuit control alone would be impossible for an amateur. In order to complete in 6 months, we'd have to get an expert in heavy machinery.
Yeah, I already know all this stuff.
This issue was brought up during the meeting with Nae-san. In other words, they've made no progress since then.
It's obvious that an electrically controlled motor won't have enough power or energy. Just look at Gumball 1.
Motor aside, have you decided on everything else?
We have. Long story short, we decided on steel, mainly because it's cheap and durable. It's also easy to manufacture.
The only drawback is its weight. And this is exactly why the drive system is so important.
Alright, and you were able to get Kona-chan to agree to do the programming?
There's no one else who can. I'll keep chipping away at her until she gives.
So that means it's still up in the air, doesn't it? Is that gonna work out?
I can also program more or less, but it'd undoubtedly take me more than 6 months.
Alright then, what about the control system and the power source? As far as I'm concerned, those are the most important parts. I glance over at Juna to check on her, but her expression is still downcast.
It'll be remote controlled.
Excellent. And I do a mini fist pump. At least I won't have to worry about dying again like I did with Model 1.
We'll be using a laser beam and batteries to power it.
I know a manufacturer who sells laser power sources. I'm currently negotiating with him to see if we can use one of those friendly discounts on one.
Good work, Chief.
I think we can somehow manage to get our hands on some CFRP too. It's gonna be pricey though. Space Kenny has agreed to continue our sponsorship, so we'll manage to stay within budget. I hope.
The detailed design work, such as wiring, can be referenced from commercial hobby robots, so we can simplify that task a fair degree. Of course, the size and weight will be a lot larger, so it won't be a copy-paste operation.
I see. So the only thing that's left to decide on is a drive system, right?
If possible, I'd like to talk to Doc about the drive system. And also the mono doobly.
She still hasn't given up on trying to use the monopoles, huh? Incidentally, I haven't been able to tend to my job of adjusting the antenna. School's been keeping me busy in the mornings. In other words, there's probably a bunch of monopoles all over the park by now. Still haven't found a valid solution to the issue. It's only a matter of time before someone else finds out about them.
I'm banned from the robot clinic, but what if Subaru and June went to go double team him? By the way, June, you've been looking pretty down for a while now. Are you okay?
What? I'm recording. Sorry.
Yeah, just...
Juna hangs her head low and bites her lip. Maybe there's something she can't say out loud. Now that I think about it, she was trying to tell me something outside the building earlier. She's been like this all day. Is something bothering her?
What's up? If you have something to say, don't hesitate to tell me. Let it all out. Come on, we're all Robotics Club's members. We're a team, right?
Juno lets out a soft smile and timidly lifts her face. She points an inquiring gaze at each of us.
I know this might not be the right time or place for this, but, I didn't know when to say it, so, sorry, but I'll say it now, I guess.
What's with all the apologizing?
Okay, what is it? I want to quit.
Someone's Pokecom begins to ring, cutting her off mid-sentence. The sound echoes through the spacious room. I glanced at my Pokecom, but it's not coming from me. Akio, Subaru, and Mr. Sinamiya all check their Pokecoms, but...
Oh, it's me. Sorry.
Juno apologetically turns her back to us and answers the call.
Hello? Oh, Grandpa. Yeah, No, I'm having an important talk with everyone right now. Huh? What?
Juno's face turns pale.
What? Really? When? Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. I'm okay. Yeah.
She finally ends the call in a total daze.
Jin, did something happen?
Juno? Juno slowly turns back toward us.
Her
face is completely devoid of emotion. It's like her head is completely blank.
Grandpa Vegeta collapsed.
Everything freezes for a moment. A heavy silence descends upon this large, empty room. It takes a moment for us to realize who she was talking about. After all, we always just refer to him as...
Doc?
That's it. Doc. Oh, Doc. Daitoko Juna.
I get out of the car that I was driving and swallow back my breath. The last time I came here was 11 years ago. After hearing that Grandpa Vegeta had collapsed, my family sent a taxi to take me from a space center to the hospital. He hadn't regained consciousness yet, so there wasn't much I could do. I told my brothers to stay and watch the house. Dad and I decided to come here and grab a change of clothes for Grandpa for the time being. I watched Dad's back disappear into the shop while I stand in place, right where I got out of the car. I can't move forward. My knees are shaking. My legs won't move. I'm about to burst into tears. My heart is hammering much faster than usual. My back starts to uncomfortably sweat. And then there's a suffocating pressure in my chest. I tell myself to breathe deeply. What were all these years of cry training for? I focus on my navel center. As long as I repeatedly take deep breaths, I can regain my composure. I can't do this. This can't be happening. It's actually getting even harder for me to breathe. It's as if I'm standing at the top of Mount Myanora. No matter how hard I try to breathe, the air doesn't fill my lungs. Unable to bear it, I clutch my chest and close my eyes in pain. The events of 11 years ago all come flooding back to me. Memories I'd been desperately trying to suppress for years. But now, it's like they're coiling around my consciousness. I try to shake away the memories, but they refuse to leave me alone. They spin around endlessly in my mind. It was a hot summer day. I had just entered elementary school. My teacher, Grandpa Daitoku, took me to visit the robot clinic. I was exploring the shop all by myself, and I wandered into that pitch-dark storage room. To this day, I don't remember how I ended up in there. I just remember that it was really quiet and hot inside. There were lots of robots standing next to each other. From younger me's perspective, they looked gigantic. Their arms and legs were super thick. Their eyes large and bulging. They were completely still, but it seemed like they could start moving at any time. felt like they were all watching me with their big eyes. But it wasn't my first time seeing these robots. I've been to the robot clinic tons of times and I knew them all too well. But seeing them sit silently in this dark room, they were like completely different robots. I wanted to run out of the room, but before I knew it, I was lost deep inside the dark space. I couldn't find the exit. I tried calling out Grandpa's name over and over with as big a voice as I could muster. No matter how loud I screamed, nobody came for me.
Sorry, I was losing.
I wandered throughout the pitch dark storage room and on the brink of tears until I tripped over something and fell down hard. I ended up crashing into a robot's foot. And then
Hello, my name is Yoshiro. I am everyone's robot friend.
the robot's eyes and mouth flashed eerily.
Hey, let's shake hands. Nice to meet you.
I was thrown into a panic by the suddenness of the voice. I hastily tried to escape. That was my undoing. When the robot toppled down on top of me, it was tremendously heavy. I was only 7, so no matter how hard I tried, it wouldn't budge a single inch.
Hello, my name is Yoshiro.
The robot repeated itself endlessly in front of my eyes. Its own eyes flashing as it painfully crushed me. Help me. I could taste the blood rising from the back of my throat. I was crying violently, but the pressure on my chest kept my voice muffled.
I am everyone's robot friend.
Help me, Grandpa.
Nice to meet you.
It's too heavy.
Hello, my name is Yoshiro.
Help. I honestly don't know how long I stuck crying under the weight of the robot. But in my mind, it felt like I was stuck for hours upon hours. Nobody came to rescue me. I was alone with the robot that just kept repeating itself over and over again. You're not my friend, I screamed inside my head over and over again. By the time a light shone into the room and voices came with it, I thought no one was coming for me anymore. I was about to give up completely. In a hazy state, I recognized my grandpa and some others as they burst into the room. I don't know if I tried to call for help again. The first thing I saw through my distorted teary vision was Grandpa Fujita's livid expression.
You idiot! What are you thinking? What have you done? What have you...
I haven't been to the clinic since then. I couldn't. I was too scared. Scared of robots. Scared of Grandpa Fujita. Even though 11 years have passed, in the end, I still can't bring myself to step foot inside the robot clinic. Trembling, I cower in the passenger seat until Dad comes back with Grandpa's stuff.
Damn. The next day, Akio got the call that Doc had woken up. And for whatever reason, she decided to drag me out to go see him too. Damn. I can't actually open the device. The Pokegum. Just because he's awake doesn't mean that he's recovered. Besides, we're just customers, not family. We'd probably just be upsetting him by showing up unannounced. I decided to just wait in the lobby and let Akio go in without me. Considering today's a holiday, there aren't many people in the lobby. An older man, and likely a patient, is sitting down reading a newspaper. And there's one other person. Juna is sitting down, a grave expression on her face. As soon as she sees us, she gets up to greet us.
How are you feeling, June? Doc is up, right? Yeah, it seems like he woke up this morning. He got transferred from the ICU to a hospital room earlier. That's what the doctor told me.
Were you with him the entire time?
No, not really.
For some reason, Juna shakes her head from side to side, flustered.
I only just got here a minute ago, like you guys.
How do you look? She hangs her head.
I haven't seen him. Huh? Didn't you come here just to see him? Oh, right.
Akio seems to have remembered. Juna made it clear in the past that she was scared of Doc. Back when Akio tried to invite Juna along to the robot clinic, she immediately refused. She's here because she's family, but it's still not easy for her to see him in the face.
Dad's seeing the details from the doctor right now.
Aki-chan, we really should head home for today. We're not even that close to Doc anyway. She'd probably freak out if we came barging in unannounced. Let's be reasonable. We should at least wait 2 or 3 days and see how things go before we try and visit.
Kite, that's cold.
Akio, upset with me, puffs out her cheeks.
We owe Doc a lot from back when we were working on Gumball 1. If it wasn't for Doc, he wouldn't have even walked. On top of that, I plan on getting lots of more advice from him going forward. So stop being so cold. And you too, June. You can't keep running away. Do you plan on never seeing him again? No buts. If he's been transferred to a hospital room, that means we can go see him. So let's all go together then.
Akio grabs Juna's hand, then mine, and begins to drag us behind her at a brisk pace.
Akio-chan, wait! I want to at least see his face and tell him that I'm glad he's okay. What about you, June?
Juna struggles to find her words. Granted, it doesn't seem like Akio ever planned to hear her response.
At any rate, let's go.
Declaring this, she resumes her march forward. I could protest, but I don't want to make a scene in the hospital. I guess I have no choice. I'll poke my head in for a second and leave. Hopefully that'll be enough for Akio.
Akio-chan, that's where examination rooms are.
Juna points in the opposite direction where Akio is walking.
Hospital rooms are upstairs.
Akio stops in her tracks.
No one likes to admit to them, to the mistakes they've made because of their youth.
Please just admit to it. Dog's room is in the very back of the 3rd floor. A piece of paper with the name Fujita written on it is attached to the wall by the door. Through the frosted glass, I can see the lights on. Aki-chan, could you put away the Blu-ray?
Huh?
Much to my bewilderment, Akio pulled a Gunvaro Blu-ray from her bag.
But it's a get well soon gift. It has episode 51 of Gunvaro on it. Whenever I watch this, I always get filled with energy, so Doc would...
Just put it away. Akio pouts as she shoves it back in her bag. Juna's face is turning pale. She's clearly pushing herself too hard.
June, I'm sorry. Do you want to go back?
Akio's noticed Juna's current condition and seems to have backed off a bit, hence giving her the option to leave. Yet surprisingly, Juna shakes her head weakly.
I have to see him. At least once. I'm his granddaughter after all. June.
Juna takes a step forward, her expression stiff. She stands in front of the door. She gazes at us as if to ask, should I knock? Akio silently nods. Oh boy, why do I have a bad feeling? Juna takes a deep breath and knocks.
Yes.
Much to our surprise, a woman's voice responds. It must be the nurse. Juna hesitates and turns to us, unsure of what to do.
Just say your name. I'm Grandpa Fujita's daughter, granddaughter, Juna.
Why would she freeze up there? At this point, we look like a bunch of suspicious weirdos. There's no response from inside the room. Maybe they didn't hear us? Juna seems to have the same idea, so she grabs the handle of the sliding door and slightly opens it.
Have him leave.
It's Doc. And I can hear him perfectly clearly. Juna's frozen with her hand still on the handle. I can sense somebody moving around inside the room. The door slides open and the nurse appears.
I'm sorry. Fujita-san isn't well enough for visitors yet. I'm deeply sorry you've come all this way, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave for today. Okay.
Juna bows slightly, her head still hanging down, and walks back the way we came. Akio stares at the door, dissatisfied. I give her back a light shove, and after letting out a big sigh, she finally follows after Juna. The three of us return to the lobby, Akio agitated and Juna even more dejected than before. There, we come across Subaru. He must have just gotten here.
Have you already seen him?
Did you come to see him too?
Prez called me over, although common sense would say that it's still too early to visit.
Yeah, you're right about that.
What's the matter?
Let's step outside for a sec. Once inside, we explain the situation to Subaru. Glad the dog is okay. Geez, surprise me. Let's go visit him.
Today's Respect for the Elderly Day. I respect those who respect their elders. Grandpas and grandmas will be very happy to see your faces. The perfect gift would be to offer them a massage. Let's put it into action. I promise, Mr. Pleiades.
Showed the first Osaki office to the members of the local robot research club. From the proposal of wanting to create a giant robot to the efforts of our young worker T-Kun, they were able to get an approval from HQ. Since TNSC currently has no plans to launch a rocket, we would like to provide more opportunities to young kids like this. Were they happy about it? It was charming to see my daughter's come-at-me face. Alright, all good.
So, no visitors were allowed? Or no, he just refused to see you all. Perhaps he's not doing as well as we thought.
I just can't believe he refused to see Juna too. I thought for sure that Doc would have wanted to see his granddaughter.
Akshan, you really shouldn't say stuff like that right in front of her. It's not like he specifically refused to see us because of Junchan. I mean, I guess it kind of sounded like he did, but I digress. Let's wait a little bit for Doc to get better. We can all come visit him again later. I'm sure he'll be willing to see us then.
Daitoku-senpai, what caused Doc to collapse before? What's his condition? Daitoku-senpai?
Subaru's question brings Juna back to her senses, and she quickly answers.
Not heard all the details. From what little I heard, he had a heart attack.
Jesus.
Dad said he might need to have surgery. And if he needs surgery, none of the hospitals on this island will be able to do it.
Which means the robot clinic is going to be closed for a while.
Well, I wouldn't know. I know this isn't really the right time to say something like this, but it's gonna be tough not having access to the robot clinic during Gunbuild 2's production. Doc was really flexible with us. He went to the moon and back to get us what we needed.
But Prez, weren't you just banned there from not long ago?
Don't bring that up right now.
And wasn't Doc supposed to be opposed to the construction of Gunbuild 2? If that's the case, we wouldn't have been able to utilize the clinic anyway. We need to look into other options.
And weren't you always grumbling and complaining about Doc? About how he's stingy and stubborn and...
Okay, stop mentioning all this in front of June. Oh, I don't really mind at all. What? But you looked like you were having a really hard time earlier. I'm okay, really.
Juna's smile is so weak that I can feel my heart shatter into pieces.
We didn't really stay in contact to begin with, so... Wait, what am I saying?
Juna, surprised by her own words, shuts herself down completely. Silence. An awkward silence hangs in the air. But then Akio breaks through it all. Break through it.
Doc's advice really helped me out.
Akio grabs Juna's hands and speaks to her.
He might be stubborn, but his skills are unquestionable. Plus, I don't know anyone else who's more devoted to building robots than Doc. I was really surprised by how attached he was to Gunbuild 1. He was really passionate about the robot Big Sis design and built with the club. That made me super happy. That's why I want Doc to recover soon and reopen the robot clinic. And that's completely separate from the Gunbuild 2 stuff.
You're still banned though, Aki-chan.
You big jerk!
Akio turns to me and violently ruffles my hair. She did it again.
Stop bringing up all these hurtful truths one by one.
I desperately escaped from Akio's aggressive assault. I'm concerned about Juna. She said that they're not in contact, but she looks like she's in a lot of pain from everything that happened today. Whose perspective? Akio's.
Hey, it's me, I'm back.
What? You visited Doc yesterday?
Yep, sure did.
He responds nonchalantly as he digs into his pork cutlet lunch. I can't but mutter the words of that person, forgetting that I'm in the faculty room. He's very frank. I don't appreciate it.
Listen here, little Cinemia. Even in this information-driven society, the speed of communication hasn't changed one bit. That's a pro tip.
What's that supposed to mean?
You guys never bothered to tell me the dock collapsed, did you? That's why I went yesterday, see? At the end of the day, this is a man-made disaster. Human error, got it?
I really don't. Is he telling me that he's sulking because he was left out? That's ridiculous. I didn't tell you on purpose, Michi. I mean, you're banned from the robot clinic, right? 2 years ago, back when I first enrolled here, Michi came on as a teacher at about the same time. I joined the Robotics Club, and Michi became its advisor. It was then that the other members told Kai and I, with a pale expression on their faces, the Robotics Club Code of Conduct. There's only one rule and it's extremely clear. Do not let Michi anywhere near the robot clinic. Apparently Doc and Michi are on hyper bad terms. When Michi was the first-gen president of the club, he had a huge fight with Doc and got banned from the premises. If we put those two face to face, the robot clinic would turn into a bloodbath. Kai and I have tried so hard to follow the rules that have been laid down for us. Don't tell me you took advantage of Doc's frail state to go and take your revenge or something. You're such a jerk. I'm on Doc's side. Evil shall perish under the hand of justice.
Hey, slow down there. Well, you're not completely wrong. And you know what? Stop calling me Michi. How many times do I have to tell you?
You call me Lil Cynthia all the time, Michi.
Whatever, look, it's not my fault I got banned from a robot clinic.
That's not what I heard. Didn't Doc get mad at you because you called the scrap that was stacked behind the clinic junk?
What?
Michi rolls his eyes dramatically and stabs his rice-covered pork chops at me. Ew.
You better bring whoever's spraying that BS to me right now. I'll teach him a lesson.
It's a tale that's been passed down for generations and generations of the Robotics Club.
And I'm saying it's BS.
Michi pops a sour plum in his mouth, an annoyed expression on his face.
Doug ain't the type of guy to get upset at calling junk what it is. That's a tip from me to you. The reason I got banned is because I happened to go into his forbidden storage space.
Wait, really?
Oh, the same reason as Juna then.
Isn't that where June wandered in and got lost when she was really young? Were there a bunch of robots in there?
Yeah, how do you put it? They were, old-fashioned. You know, those old tin robot toys? They were like that. There were 10 of them. 10 of them lined up beside each other in that musty storage area, and they were all covered in dust.
So it really is the same place that June got lost in.
It's not like I went in there on purpose, but Doc got pissed anyways. I've been banned ever since. I actually apologized over and over and explained that I didn't mean any harm, you know? But the old man refused to give me the time of day. He's real damn stubborn.
As Michi figured he spits out his words, he literally spits out a plum seed. At least cover your mouth, for goodness sakes. But it's true that you're on bad terms, right? Was it a really good idea for you to go see him then? You didn't cause any trouble, right? I can't resist bombarding him with questions. It's almost like I'm Michi's guardian or something. Plus, I'm fairly annoyed that Michi got to see him when June and I didn't. I mean, it's not like there's a competition, but still.
Hey, who do you think I am? I'm not some maniac who could make a scene at a hospital. I did just kind of barge into his room, though.
Michi, seriously? It makes total sense why he doesn't like you. If I were him, I'd hate you too.
Sometimes we need a little extra punch. That's a pro tip. Got it memorized?
Got it memorized? No.
Yeah, no. Did you even have an actual conversation with him?
Of course I did.
Why do I find that hard to believe? Alright then, what did you two talk about? Michi lets out a short sigh and looks off into the distance. The distance, of course, being the final drowning in sauce piece of pork cutlet.
You didn't yell at me once, even though this was our first time seeing each other in years. It was honestly pretty anticlimactic, if anything. First thing he said when our eyes met was, "Oh, it's you." I've never seen Doc look so weak before. I actually teared up a little bit.
Well, he is sick. He probably doesn't have the energy to yell.
So I said something like, "Looks like we lost a real good one."
Are you serious? That's not funny.
I feared he was gonna jump out of bed and choke me or something. Instead, the old man just kept looking out the window, completely silent. Then he finally spoke up. "I'm gonna close up shop. Now's the right time to do it." Whoa, hey now, you gotta be kidding me. You of all people. Don't you remember what you said way back when? Robots are the friends of mankind. I want the robot clinic to not only be a place where you can fix your old friends, but somewhere you can make new ones as well. Did you make that happen? How could you think of closing up shop when you haven't done that yet? Robots are friends, eh? I once believed something like that. A long, long time ago. But I was nothing but conceited.
What? He said that. Robots are humanity's friends. I never thought those words would ever come out of Doc's mouth. I never knew that's how he used to feel either. He's going to close the robot clinic. Hey, Michi. What can I do to make Doc feel better?
I haven't the slightest.
He said, clicking his tongue. Michi tosses the last piece of pork cutlet into his mouth. And he nearly chokes on it.
I repeat the same combo against my CPU opponent over and over again. The key to getting better at fighting games is repetition. That way you can minimize any misinputs you might make. Doing this for long enough can take you pretty far up the leaderboards. I'm ranked number 2 in the worldwide, but even then I still do this. Otherwise I wouldn't even be able to maintain my rank. My classmates have become increasingly stressed about studying for entrance exams this season. Me? Well, instead of attending exam prep classes, I'm leaning against the giant foot of Model 1 and labbing KB. Don't get me wrong, I'm a little stressed. A lot stressed, actually. I'm definitely going to fail at this rate. But compared to the mentality I had before summer break, I'm a bit more optimistic now. Okay, maybe optimistic is the wrong word. It's more like I've given up.
That's why the doctor is saying he needs to have surgery.
Akio's voice rings out from behind where I'm sitting. Okay, let's take a look at the Tweepo stuff. Old soldiers aren't needed, huh? I thought I was a tough old man. And guess I can have some free-range chicken and sake. Robots are friends. They are. Irie doesn't feel like a robot at all. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and end it here for today. Again, I don't know how the audio sounds. It probably sounds terrible, but let me know if... Let me know what you guys think of it, okay? I might need some help on this. But I'll try and figure it out. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed and hope to see you all later. Peace.